I am Anushka Pal from Standard 3. Today I am doing an experiment. For this experiment, I have taken 2 glasses full with water, 2 lemons, some salt and a spoon. At first, I will add some salt with the water in this glass. Now I will put these lemons into each glass. Let's see what is happening. Look, the lemon in this glass has sunk into the water. But the lemon in this glass is floating on the water. How it is possible? Because the density of normal water is less than a lemon and the density of salt water is more than a lemon. So the lemon is floating on the water. Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is Tapovan. I am in Standard 3. In Standard 3, we have learned that air is a mixture of different gases, water vapor and dust particles. Today I will show air contains water vapor. For this exhibition, I have taken a dry steel glass, a lid, and some ice and dry clothes. Now I am starting the exhibition. At first I will put some ice in this glass. Now I cover the glass with the lid. Now I wipe the outside the glass with a dry cloth. Now wait for 5 minutes. Wow, look! Some water drops condensed outside the glass. These water drops does not come from inside. It comes from environment, means air contains water vapor. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Amrita Das of Standard 3. I read in Tapovan, a research institute of education. Today my model is about air pollution. Look, these all are models of air pollution. Wildfire, open garbage fire, house, these are vehicles and these are factories. All these emit smoke and harmful gases which pollute the air. If the distance is short, we can use a bicycle or walk on foot. Instead of using a petrol or diesel car, we can use electrical cars because it is eco-friendly and does not emit any smoke. In this year, coronavirus has affected many people all over the world. So I am requesting you not to burn any firecrackers on any special occasions and not to burn open garbages. I request you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello, my name is Arpita. I read in Standard 3. Today I am going to make a model on water cycle for the exhibition. The things we need for the model are some thermocol pieces, cotton for the clouds, some cutout trees, scissors, brushes, colors, glue and water. See, my model of water cycle is ready now. When the water of oceans and rivers heats up by the sun's rays, it becomes water vapor. This process is known as evaporation. This is the first step of water cycle. When the water vapor reaches up to the sky, it turns into tiny droplets of water. Then it mixes up with various kinds of gases and dust particles. Then it becomes a cloud. This process is known as condensation. It is the second step of water cycle. When the cloud is too heavy with the dust particles and cannot hold more water inside, it bursts out into rain. It is called as precipitation, commonly known as rain. It is the third step of water cycle. When it rains, the water gets collected in rivers, lakes and oceans. Then the same process starts again. Thank you. Bye.
Good afternoon. I am Oshani Mukherjee from Standard 3. Today I am going to exhibit layers of Earth's atmosphere. All of us know that the set of layers of gas surrounding our Earth is called atmosphere. These layers are divided based on temperature. Troposphere up to 20 kilometers, stratosphere up to 50 kilometers, mesosphere up to 85 kilometers, thermosphere up to 690 kilometers. After that, exosphere begins. Troposphere is the lowest layer. Most of the day-to-day phenomena associated with weather like cloud, thundering, rainfall, etc. occur in this layer. Within stratosphere, you can find the ozone layer, which absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun and protects us from genetic damage. In the mesosphere, the temperature decreases with the height. Here you can find meteorites. In thermosphere, temperature increases with the height because of solar radiation. Most of the space stations are located here. In exosphere, you can see space shuttles. After exosphere, space begins. Thank you.
My name is Chef Anirudh Agarwal. I read in class 3 of Tapovan, the Research Institute of Education. Today I am going to show you how to bake a cake. These are my ingredients. Half teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon baking powder. This is cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons, powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons, all-purpose flour 1 cup and butter 50 gram, vanilla essence, water and condensed milk 200 gram. Now we are going to mix all these ingredients to make a delicious cake. Now we will take butter and condensed milk Now we will going to mix it well. So it is mixed. Now it is done. Now I will mix all the dry ingredients with a strainer. All dry. Now I will strain it. All the dry ingredients are mixed. Now I am going to mix it on the wet ingredients. I am going to mix it well and make a batter. Now we are going to add some vanilla essence. And 1/4 cup of water. Now I am going to mix it all together with the help of a beater. Now our batter is ready. Now we are going to bake. Now we are going to grease a cake tin with the help of butter. Now we are going to pour the cake batter into it. The batter is poured. Now I am going to tap it. Now we are going to bake it 30 minutes in the oven. Now I am going to put it into a preheated oven at 180 degrees temperature with the help of my mother. Cake is ready now. Now I will give it to all of my family members.
Hello everybody, my name is Purvi Chatterjee. I read in class 4. The name of my school is Tapovan, a research institute of education. Today I want to share an experience with you. One day I spilled some curry on my new frock. At once I rushed to our laundry area and put some pinch of detergent on the yellow stain. to save myself from mother's scolding. But surprisingly, the yellow stain turned into pinkish red stain. And just yesterday, my mother had added too much turmeric powder in a curry. Then she had added some lemon juice. Then everything became normal. I was amazed that how had this happened. Then I asked my mother and she told me the fact. Now I will tell you everything through an experiment. For this, I need turmeric powder, detergent, lemon and some water. Now I am adding some water in the turmeric powder. See, the color is yellow. Now I am adding some detergent. See, the color is pinkish red. Now I am adding some lemon juice. See, the color is yellow. Now you all are thinking that how is this happening? Turmeric is a natural indicator. What are indicators? Indicators are substances which are used to change color when brought in contact with acids and bases. When base is added with turmeric, the color changes into pinkish red. So, detergent is a base. When acid is added with turmeric, the color changes into yellow. So, lemon juice is an acid. I hope you liked the experiment.
Hello everyone, my name is Yachande from class 4. The name of my school is Tapovan. My model is an eco-friendly environment. Eco-friendly means to say the act of living with intent. The intent is focused on not creating harm to the environment. Instead of using non-renewable resources like coal, petrol, etc., we should use non-renewable resources like solar energy, windmill, etc., which well helps to have clean and pollution-free environment. We should segregate our dry waste, wet waste, and normal waste in dustbins. Thus, by doing so, we can make fertilizers which helps in agriculture and the activity. We should plant more trees which helps in bringing rain. It helps in soil conservation. It gives us food, rubber, tiny materials, etc. Thus, striking a balance between all these things will help our environment to be green and clean. Thank you.
Everyone, I'm Osha Sarkar from the Tapovan School of Standard 4. Can potato light a bulb? Can potato charge your mobile phone? Yes! Today my model will prove that potato has the essential to light a bulb. Look, this is my model. Free energy created from potato. We all know that potatoes are rich in carbohydrates, which is one of the way nature has found to store energy extracted from sunlight. For making this model, I need one 9-volt battery, wires, one LED light, 2 black tips, 2 machine needles and 2 potatoes. Now I am showing you my experiment. Look, here I have a raw potato. I am putting these machine needles attached with the wires inside the raw potato. Look, the light is on. This is because potato helps conduct the electricity by acting as a salt bridge between the two metals, allowing the electrons to move freely across the wires. Now I am doing the same experiment with a boiled potato. Let's see what happens. Look, here I have a boiled potato. I am putting these machine needles attached with the wires inside the boiled potato. Look, the light is more brighter. Researchers have proved that if you boil a potato for 8 minutes, it will produce 10 times more power than a raw one. This is because when a potato is boiled, the organic tissues inside it are broken electrons to move more freely across the wires. Lastly, I want to conclude my model by saying a few points. This type of electricity can be used in villages and remote areas to cause lighting. Also, potato battery is portable and cheap. This type of energy is eco-friendly. It can light your room approximately for 1 month. You can also try this experiment with onion, banana, strawberry, etc. Thank you.
My name is Anushka from Standard 4 of Tapovan School. Today I am doing my model. This is a ropeway. A ropeway is a form of naval lifting device used to transport livestock equipment across the river and railways. It is made up of a switch, a battery, a motor and many more things. A ropeway supports tower located on the ground represent a small instruction into the natural environment along the route. Now I will show what is the use of this. Now see how this works. People put their item in these stories and then it is transported from one place to another. See how then this is specially done in valleys and mountains. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Dhara Kedia from Tapovan School Standard 4. Today I'm going to explain about solar energy. First we will know what is solar energy, from where it is stored and how can we use it. So the energy which we obtain from the sun is known as solar energy. It is a renewable or inexhaustible resource. It is stored in the solar panel. There are many uses of solar energy like producing light, generating electricity, cooking, etc. Now I will explain you about solar water pump. This is my model on solar water pump. This is the solar panel. This is the battery. This is the switch. It is the tank which is filled with water. Beside it is the water pump and this is the agricultural land. First, the solar panel is absorbing solar energy from the sun. Then this solar energy is being converted into electricity with the help of the battery. Now I am turning the switch on and the water which is filled in the tank is being used for irrigation in the agricultural land, and the extra water is coming out from the hole and I am storing this extra water in another tank. This extra water can be used for many things. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Devi Chetty. I am from the Tapovan School. I read in class 4. Today I am going to show my science project. This is my science project, a natural water filter. It is made out of 4 things: a cotton napkin, some charcoal, some sand, and last at least some stones and gravels. The layer of stones and gravels filters big molecules from the water, and the layer of sand it filters light and small molecules from the water, and the layer of charcoal it filters toxins from the water. Now I am going to try an experiment. Look, this is dirty water. Now I am going to pour it. Look, it is looking filtered and clean. It is of low cost and low maintenance. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Apriti Agarwal of class 4 from Tapovan, a research institute of education. Today I am going to tell you some points about terrace farming. This is the model of terrace farming. Terrace farming is an efficient method of controlling soil erosion on hill slopes. This method of farming uses steps that are built on the side of a mountain or a hill. On each level, various crops are planted. When it rains, instead of washing away all of the nutrients from the soil, the nutrients are carried down to the next level. Additionally, these steps prevent a free flowing of water that take plants with it and destroy all of the crops on the hillside. This system builds aqueducts which carries water to each level. Thank you.
Good morning, our respected head sir, head ma'am, and my dear friends. My name is Gungun Kumbhakar. I read in class 4. The name of my school is Tapovan, a Research Institute of Education. Today I present here to show an experiment on hot air. For this experiment, we need a clay, a stick, some candles, a matchstick, a foil paper, and a scissor. First, we will cut this foil paper into this spiral form. As you can see, we cut this foil paper into this spiral form. Now we will stand this stick with the help of the clay. Now we will put this spiral at the top of the stick. Now I will light the candle with the help of the matchstick with the all safety measures. As you can see, the spiral is rotating with the help of the candle. To increase the speed of the spiral, we had lit more candles. You all are curious now that how this is happening. The reason behind all this is hot air. The hot air generated by the candle is always light and create a pressure to the spiral to rotate it. Thank you everyone. Now enjoy the show.
I am Somili Mahato of Standard 4 of Tapovan, a Research Institute of Education. Today I am showing an experiment about air excretes pressure from all directions. For this experiment I have taken an empty glass, a cardboard and a mug filled with water. Now I am filling the glass with some water. Now placing the cardboard on it. Now flipping it around. And now leaving it. It doesn't. This means it excretes pressure from all sides. This is why it doesn't fall. Thank you.
Everyone, I am Ahishan Gupta from Tapovan School of Standard 4. Today I am going to perform an experiment on density of water. What is density? Density means how closely the particles are packed in a substance. For this experiment, I have taken a steel bowl filled with water, an egg, an apple and an orange, and some mustard Look, the egg is sinking in the water. Why? An egg sinks in water because the density of egg is more than the density of water. Now I am putting the apple and the orange. Look, the apple and the orange are floating because the density of water is more than the density of apple and orange. Now I will put some mustard oil. Look, the mustard oil is floating. The mustard oil is not mixing with the water. Conversely, we have observed that mustard oil floats in water because mustard oil is less dense than water. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Annesha Karmakar. My school name is Tapovan Research Institute of Education. I read in Standard 4. Today I am going to experiment. For experiment, we need some balloons, cutted bottle, and we'll make like this. Now we will blow the balloon. So see, this is my rocket balloon. Rocket is a spacecraft that receives a rocket engine. The theory behind working is a process, a action and reaction. The boost is expelling and extracting opposite of direction. Components are propellants, nozzles, tanks, etc. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Anvit Saragi from Tapovan School Standard 4. Today I am going to visit the dinosaur park. Now see, it is a park. It has many dinosaurs. First, let's start with this one. See, this is the Spinosaurus. It was among the largest of all carnivores. It is one of the largest dinosaurs in this park. It is a carnivore and mostly ate fish. It had long arms and a long tail and a huge spine on its back. That's why it is called a Spinosaurus. It has large sharp canine teeth to eat flesh. See, this is the Brachiosaurus. It lived in North America and had a large molar teeth and to eat grass and leaves. It was the largest sauropod dinosaur to ever live, and it had huge feet and it was very, very large. It could grow as tall as a 3-story building. It had a long neck to eat leaves upon the tree and was so big in size that no other carnivore dinosaur could fight with it no dinosaur could fight with it. Now see the next one. See, this is Tyrannosaurus Rex. It is called the king of dinosaurs and it lived in North America. And fossils have been mostly found in the USA. It was the biggest land predator of that time, and no other herbivore dinosaurs. Many herbivore dinosaurs were the prey of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. See, this is the next dinosaur. It is called Triceratops Rex. It has a horn on its beak or nose. It has many horns on its head. It is very powerful in size and could turn over a car. This is the ankylosaurus. It had an armor on its body and was the last dinosaur to become extinct. It lived in the late Cretaceous period and was not and had no natural predators, and had a huge club on its back to fight with others. I've enjoyed a lot to see this park. Now I'm going back to home.
I am Suchi Katarkar from Standard 4. The name of my school is Tapovan, a research institute of education. My model is about the solar LED street light. The solar LED street light works on the principle of solar cells. The solar cells absorb the solar energy during the day. Then the solar cells convert the solar energy into electrical energy, which is already stored in the battery. During the night time, it consumes the energy which is stored in the battery. LED requires very little amount of current. We can install a solar LED street light in rural streets, colony roads, highways, etc.
Good morning, my respected teachers and dear friends. My name is Imangus. My school's name is Tapovan Research Institute of Education. I read in class 4. Today my topic is about dinosaurs, a historical animal. They lived about 65 million years ago. They died due to a mass extinction which occurred because of a meteorite, 10-kilometer meteorite attacked the planet. So let's start. The first dinosaur we are going to tell about is T-Rex, also known as Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyrannosaurus rex was a huge meat-eating dinosaur that lived about 85 to 65 million years ago. Some people call it T-Rex because of its big name, Tyrannosaurus rex. So they call it was a huge meat-eating dinosaur that lived about 85 to 65 million years ago. Some people call it T-Rex in short because of its long name, Tyrannosaurus rex. Now I am going to tell about the second dinosaur, Stegosaurus lived about 70 to 77 million years ago. It was 18 feet long, 6 feet tall, and walked in short legs. This large plant-eater dinosaur had spike-like projecting coming from its skull. See in the picture chart also it shows that there are 6 spine-like projecting coming from its skull. It was there because of its protection. It can protect itself from predators from this spine-like protection by hurting them. So next dinosaur I am going to talk about is Parasaurus. It was an enormous plant-eating dinosaur that lived about 150 million years ago. It was found on North America. It had a very long neck and has also a gigantic body. It was a strong dinosaur but had problem to up its head. It can up its head for some short time but not for a long time. The next dinosaur we are going to talk about is Ankylosaurus. It was a huge armored dinosaur. See, it has armored like spikes from it and side. Also an herbivore. It was found about 70 to 65 million years ago. It lived. It was measuring about 25 to 35 feet tall and long and 4 feet tall. Not so tall than the Stegosaurus. So Ankylosaurus Tyrannosaurus had also plates to protect its eyes and has a full armor on its body, on its upper body. And the most thing that helped it from the predator was its tail. This tail has a weapon type of design and can hurt predators on its leg and keep them away. So the predators were scared to attack this dinosaur because of its armory and its very useful weapon. The last dinosaur was Diplodocus. This dinosaur was the ancestor of Barosaurus. They looked exactly the same, but they weren't exactly the same totally. But it was an ancestor because of its feet and the similarity between the Barosaurus. So let's talk about it. It lived in the late Jurassic period. It was 90 feet long, but its head was only 2 feet long. It has also the same problem to upper its head like the Barosaurus. This gigantic dinosaur was the longest land animals ever found, like the Barosaurus. So these are the dinosaurs I have talked about. Thank you.
My name is Mohar Sridhar. I read in Standard 5 in Tapovan, a research institute of education in Purulia. Today I am going to demonstrate two phenomena related to light. They are refraction and total internal reflection. To support my demonstration, I have a glass which is almost filled with water. I have added a tablespoon of common salt to make it more optically denser. I have a red laser light which is going to be the source of light over here. When I will switch on the laser light from here, the ray of the light will come out of the laser into the air, and from the air it will touch this interface of water and air, and then it will go inside the water. We know that when light travels from a denser medium to a rarer medium, it bends from its original path, which is known as refraction. Now let us see the phenomenon. We saw that the light ray has bent from its original path. We can also observe refraction by simply putting a spoon in the water. Now to observe the total internal reflection, I am going to focus the light from this end. For total internal reflection, light has to travel from a denser medium to a rarer medium, and the second condition is the angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle, and then the light gets reflected back into the same denser medium. This is called total internal reflection. Now let us know what critical angle is. If we increase the angle of incident up to a certain extent, the refracted ray becomes parallel to the surface of the water. At this point, the angle of incidence is known as critical angle. If we further increase the angle of incidence beyond the critical angle, the light ray gets reflected back into the same denser medium. Here the surface of the water acts like a plane mirror and does not allow the light ray to escape out of the water. Now let us see the phenomenon. There are many instances in our daily life where we observe the total internal reflection, like mirage formation in desert, periscope, etc.
My name is Yoshiko. I read in class 5. I study in Tapovan Research Institute of Education. Today I am going to do an experiment on how fogs are formed. First of all, I have taken a bottle and I have filled half of the bottle with water, and I have kept it for 2 days. And after 2 days, we all can see that the water has evaporated. The air at the upper part, their water vapor concentration is high, and at the lower part there is water. steps. Now I will first open the cap of the bottle and then I will take an incense burning stick from which smoke will come, and I will take that to the mouth of the bottle, and then immediately I will close the bottle mouth. Now let's do the experiment. Now I will close the cap. Now I will squeeze the bottle like this, and you can see a fog type thing. Now I will explain why this is formed so that you can get how fog are formed. When I squeeze it, basically I applied high pressure, and the high pressure is equivalent to cooling. When I cool the water vapor, that time it turns into liquid water, and when I give water vapor a high pressure, that time also it turns into liquid water. We all know that there were so many dust particles, and when the many dust particles are surrounded with water vapor like this, and when we see it from the far, it looks like fog. Thank you.
Hi, I am Kaustubh Das of Standard 5 of Tapovan, a Research Institute of Education. Today I am going to tell about mixture. So, now what is mixture? When two or more substances combine together physically, they form a mixture. The sentence means that when the particles, when the solute and the solvent are mixing together, they are forming a mixture or a solution. So, there are many examples related to mixture. Sugar and water, then salad, pebbles and water. Now I will show you the examples. If I take 1 spoon of sugar and put it in the glass, and then I will stir it, it is forming a mixture. And now salad. Can you guess why salad is a mixture? Because there are many types of vegetables such as onion, tomatoes, carrots, radish, etc. So this is also a mixture. Now pebbles and water. If we take some pebbles and then put into the water, then we will stir it. It is also forming a mixture. Now, there are two types of mixture. One is homogeneous mixture and other is heterogeneous mixture. Now, do you know the meaning of homogeneous mixture? The meaning is a mixture which has a uniform composition throughout its mass is called homogeneous mixture.
of homogeneous mixtures are sugar plus water. I have earlier shown you that experiment that it dissolves clearly. There are no substances. You can see in the water there are no substances. It has been dissolved clearly in the water. So it is an example of homogeneous mixture, and the other is air. Do you know why air is a mixture? Homogeneous mixture? Because air contains many types of gases such as oxygen, water vapor, nitrogen, and etc. So air is also a homogeneous mixture. Now we will go to heterogeneous mixture. The definition is a mixture which has non-uniform composition throughout its mass is called heterogeneous mixture. Now, the examples of heterogeneous mixtures are salad, because when we eat the salads, our tongue senses which vegetable is it. So, salad is a type of heterogeneous mixture, and oil plus water. Then if we drop some oil in the water, the oil floats on the upper side of the water. It does not dissolve. So that's why it is also a heterogeneous mixture. Now we are going to the difference. Homogeneous mixture. The first difference of homogeneous mixture is uniform composition throughout its mass. Means it dissolves clearly. You cannot observe the particles. Means the solute. So it is known as the homogeneous mixture. Now, but the heterogeneous mixture has non-uniform composition throughout its mass. Means when I put the pebbles and when I have stirred it, you can see then also pebbles are remaining. They are not dissolving at all. So it is also a part of heterogeneous mixture. Now, the second example is that no visible boundary of separation. There is no visible boundary. You cannot see the sugar. It has been fully dissolved. So you cannot see. It is not visual. So that's why it is homogeneous. And now, visual boundary of separation. It is heterogeneous mixture. Because the pebbles are visible. They are not dissolving, so they are visible. It is a heterogeneous mixture. Salad is also a heterogeneous mixture. I have said earlier. Salad, you can see, because you can taste. I have told earlier, you can taste and tell what vegetable or fruit it is.
My respected elders, my dear friends, I am Sita Mandal, studying in 5th standard in Tapovan, a research institute of education, Purulia, West Bengal. Today my topic is the measurement of solar elevation angle. Do you know what is solar elevation angle? The angle which is formed with the help of the sun power, the object and its shadow. Now I am going to tell how the angle is formed. See, the sun is giving the ray and reflecting this stick, and the stick has got a shadow. Do you notice that it is giving an angle like this? See? Like this, the ray is coming and giving a shadow. The shadow is pointing to the ray. Thus it forms an angle. Now I am going to measure this stick with the help of a ruler. The length of this stick is 87.5 centimeters. Now I will measure the shadow. The length of this shadow is 120 centimeters. Now I am going to show you in details the blackboard. Let's go. Now I am going to show it in details. Here is the sun. Think it is a beautiful day. And here is the ground right here. Here is the stick. And the sun is giving the ray and the stick got the shadow. The length of the stick was 87.5 centimeters and the length of this shadow was 120.0 centimeters. So it forms an angle. Let's call it theta. And I have wrote here also, same like this. The solar elevation angle equals to arctan length of Gannon divided by length of shadow equals to arctan 0.72916. Therefore, the theta is equals to 36 degrees. Was it interesting now? We also learned from this how to measure the big mountains and anything. Bye.
Hello everyone, I am Amlan Mathur, student of class 5 Tapovan Research Institute of Education. In this pandemic situation, we always use sanitizers. But do you know sanitizer may catch fire? What will happen when sanitizer and fire will mix up? So let's start the experiment. See, can you see the fire? It is invisible. Now I will put the tissue on it. See, it catches fire. So be careful while using a sanitizer. It can harm you. Thank you.
I am Nilesh Banerjee, a student of Standard 5 Tapovan Research Institute of Education. Have you heard about secret message? Now we will write a secret message with invisible ink. To make invisible ink, we need a plate, a candle, a piece of paper and water. Now I will switch the lemon and put out the lemon juice. Now I will mix some water. Now I will dry up. Previously, I have made one secret message. Now I will use this secret message. See, it is invisible. The writing is invisible. See, the message is no more secret. It happens because the lemon has a compound of carbon, and which have no color when we mix up with water, and when it heats up it breaks and forms in black or brown color like this.
Education, Purulia. Today I will do my science experiment. If you try this experiment in your home, I will suggest you to take elder's help because this is the experiment of fire. For this experiment, I have taken a bowl of water, a toothpaste, matchbox, and a small plate. Now we will take 2 matchsticks and pour it into the water. Remove the old bit from the tip of the matchstick. How can this possible? A wet matchstick, how can it burn? Now I will tell you the secret. Colgate contains 5 types of chemical. Fluoride, glycerol, calcium carbonate, sorbitol, sodium, lauryl, sulfate. And glycerol contains another type of chemical which is known as dysentery. And the dysentery have an advantage of absorbing water. So when I am pouring it inside the Colgate, the dysentery sucks all the water from the matchstick tip. These experiments are mainly used in rainy days when our matchsticks are getting wet. Thank you.
Hi, this is Rajashmita Odhikari from Standard 5 of Tapovan, a
Research Institute of Education. Today I am going to enact a scene from Rudyard Kipling's famous book The Jungle Book, which would depict both Father Wolf and Mother Wolf's essay to save the man cub Mowgli from Sher Khan, the terror of the jungle. Suddenly, the cave goes dark. Sher Khan's great head and shoulder fill the entrance. What do you want? I was hunting a man cub. Seeing me, his parents ran off. I heard the wailing close by, but couldn't find him. I see you have taken him. Give me the man cub. The cub is ours now. How dare you? Give me the man cub at once. The man cub is mine. He shall not be killed by you. He will live with us as one of our own cub. Leave us alone and return to your own part of the jungle. Your cave is too small for me to enter, but remember, I shall not forget. The man cub will be mine one day. The man cub will be mine one day. We won't let that tiger come near you, man cub. I will look after you as my own.